Hey guys, and welcome to a new episode of fIVE. My name is Franziska, and today I invited a very special guest, Svenja Lassen. Svenja is a managing director at primeCROWD, and she also founded the Female Investors Network. Svenja is very driven to make the startup investor scene more diverse. I'm looking forward to an interesting conversation with Svenja. Let's start right in.
For us, entrepreneurship is not necessarily about starting or running a business. It's a state of mind, a principle of life, and an approach to dealing with problems. This is fIVE, your university podcast on female entrepreneurship by the Munich University of Applied Sciences and the Strascheg Center for Entrepreneurship. We strongly believe in diversity. It's just so much more fun and exciting. Diversity in food, in cultures, in places, ways of living, learning, creating, and doing things. It's this desire to explore that we all have in us, to see new things, and yes, to be curious to look what's behind the next corner.
So, hello Svenja, and welcome to a new episode of fIVE. We are very glad that you're here today with us, and welcome.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here and looking forward to our podcast.
Yeah, it's going to be a conversation mainly about startup finance, about Svenja is engaged in a lot of different roles. Like when you look up at her LinkedIn profile, I did that today in the morning. And so she's the managing director Germany of primeCROWD. She's also the founder of the FIN Women Female Investment Network. She's a keynote speaker and is engaged in many, many different things. And maybe I give the word to you to introduce yourself a bit to our listeners and to tell us what you're doing in all these different roles.
Of course, yeah. Well, like you mentioned, many, many different roles because there are so many different and so many interesting projects. I'm always curious to get to know something new. From my former profession, I'm a trained journalist, and I was mostly writing for magazines about 20 or 25 years, mainly about women and women entrepreneur and new work. So I was a long time with Cosmopolitan and responsible there for the business and career sector, and started the Cosmo at Work there as well. And it was always my goal to make women more visible, and their success. And of course, this whole women engagement, encouragement, women enablement and supportment. This was very Cosmo. But 3 years ago, I guess something like that. I started with primeCROWD, like you already mentioned. In between, I'm a trained business coach as well. So I was with many companies and corporates and universities. And 3 years ago, I thought about, what can I do more, like to help young people, founders, innovations and ideas to make them a reality. And so when the opportunity from primeCROWD came to me through my network, I'm very pleased because this is we are a startup investor network, originally from Austria. So all my colleagues are sitting in Vienna. And we are doing matchmaking, like when people and founders come to us and looking for funding, we combine them with the investors from our network. And this is really such an interesting job and interesting surroundings, as you get to know so many new ideas and innovations like every week, and get to know so many great people with inspiring ideas. So this is what I really like a lot. But you already mentioned it, the Female Investors Network. What I found out when I started with primeCROWD was that what I already knew, less female founders, just nearly 16% in Germany. But what I thought was even worse, there are just about 8% female investors. So, and I thought, okay, there's this is a this is combined in somehow, some way. And so I thought about what could we do to increase the number of female investors, even to help female founders. And so I did a study, probably we'll talk about this, and started the Female Investors Network last year. So to increase the number of women in the whole startup ecosystem.
Yeah, first of all, congratulations to this very important step, I think. That also when we have the Investors Day at SCE, it's a very not diverse but homogeneous picture when you look into the crowd of investors. So I think there's a lot of room to make female investors, maybe engage them, but also to make them more visible. And maybe tell us a bit. We've been talking about your research in our research colloquia that you have been conducting with Professor Alexandra Wuttig. And I think you found out some really great insights into the scene of female business angels in Germany. So maybe you can give us some insights into your research.
Yes, of course. That was really a great help. And I knew Alexandra from different networks already before. And we both thought, okay, why is it like that? Where are the women? Why are they not investing yet? What do they need? And so we started the study and research last year on female business angels in Germany. We reached about 3,500 women, age like between 25 and the beginning of the 60s something. Often already in leadership positions, so as well like women who already invested, but as well like potential investors. And we asked them, why are you interested in this topic? What do you need? What do you wish for? And it was really interesting because there were many women who already have thought about the idea of investing in a startup, but they didn't really know how to do. And most of them didn't know that you can already start by 10,000 euros, because most of them thought, okay, I would need 100,000, and so I'm not able yet. And they didn't know about like how is it going on and how and where to meet the founders and startups that could fit. So this was the first thing that I thought, okay, we should make a place where these two groups can meet. And what was the most important result for me was that 68% of the women said, we want to do an impact. We want to make an impact and want to do good with our money. We want to if we invest in something, we want to make society better, and have so are really interested in impact investment. And 62% said, we want especially support female founders and give our knowledge. And so this was for me the reason. So I thought, hey, we should start something like this, a place or a community or network where we can get an exchange, make a knowledge transfer between female investors and women who want to learn about, so it's more about financial literacy. And so I opened up the Female Investors Network, and this is open for every woman who is interested in financial stuff, in startups, in impact, in investing. They don't need to have an investment already, but they can really learn and make the first steps. And for me, it's important that everyone is welcome there and every question is allowed there, because I really want to make an open variety or open room there for everyone, so that we just get more and that more and more women know about the opportunity to invest in startups and help and support founders.
Yeah, cool. And what I was just thinking, like, let's say I'm someone who has like what you mentioned, the 10,000 euro, and how would that all look like from a very practical point of view? Like, where would I go, and then what would happen? Like, would I pick a startup, or how is the whole process. How can I imagine that in like a very, hands-on?
Okay. So this is what we do with primeCROWD in our main business. You just register as an investor, for free on our website, and just leave us your contact so that we're allowed to send you offers. And then as soon as you are registered there, we'll send you our deal flow. So especially for now, it's 2 female founders that we have with Hellstern Medical. It's a really cool medical product they invented. And then you would get like just an email from us in one pager. Hey, look up a new startup. This is what they are doing. We are curious about it, or we think this is a great deal because, and then you will get some information. Have a look at the pitch deck, and then you can register for a meetup. So because we say it's always people's business, and you always have to get to know the founders, and the investors, because it's about trust and getting a feeling for the person. And so you can register for a meetup, and then get in contact directly with the founders, ask them their questions, or see what the other investors from our network ask questions, and get an exchange. And we will, we offer you the whole service in between. We are doing the due diligence about the startup. We are having a look at the market. We are organizing this meetups, setting up the contracts, so that you can go on the whole journey even with no experience before. So this is really, really easy in a first way. And this is what our goal is with primeCROWD. We want to democratize startup investments. It's so that we really can say, it's even for beginners, like with 10,000 euros and up to, whatever you want to spend or are able to spend. And bring in your knowledge there. So this is the main and really practical look. And of course, I'm really happy that we're supporting now female founders again there, because this is one thing that has changed a lot since I started the Female Investors Network last year, that so many more female founders are applying to us, because they are looking for money, and they are looking for female investors, and they know that they reach them with us. And this is something I'm really, really happy about. And as well as that our female investors spent and invested more money since we have this network than all the 5 years before. So you really see the impact we already made. And but it's these two parts. primeCROWD is really for the deal flow and for the direct investing. And the Female Investors Network is really more like a community for knowledge transfer, for exchange, and to learn together something. And this is more like a social goal, I have, or more goal on working on society and helping to get to know this, or making this topic more visible.
Yeah, I think that raised like 2 questions already again in my head. The first one would be like maybe to get a bit to know more about the Female Investor Network. Like, how do you meet? Like, I mean, the situation in 2020 and 2021 was a bit different, I guess, than it would be for usually. But how is it set up? And how many people in Munich? Like, is it more like Munich based, or just tell us a bit like this.
Cool. Of course. And you're right. Well, we started this research in January till March last year, and then we had really great results, and I was so looking forward to spread the word and tell about the results, and I was invited to so many panels and conferences beginning of April, May, and June. And then, we all know what happened. So no conferences at all. And this was really hard because I thought, I want to reach as many people as possible. And so, I had to start online first. And I started to set up online meetings. We do this monthly lunch and learn appointments where the members from our networks are invited. Experts are telling something about completely different topics that we discuss together. So what do you want to learn? What do you want to get to know? Like, is it about legal due diligence? Is it how are spin-offs from university? What about how to search for, or how to probably find out if a founder is worth investing? How should you? Everything about like first steps and what to do. Or the last section was about impact investing. Yeah, so how do you measure the impact? So stuff like this. These are monthly meetings. We did already last year 3 in Munich and hybrid, so that we were meeting here live, but the knowledge or the this hour of really knowledge transfer and this was online as well for all the members, because we are a network in the whole DACH region. Well, I'm sitting in Munich, and of course here are already a lot members, but we have members from Berlin, Hamburg, Frankfurt, Cologne, Vienna, Zurich. So really, they are welcome wherever they are. And of course, and this is what I'm really looking forward to, we want to meet in person again, because I always say, so knowledge transfer is nice online, but networking is better live. So I'm really curious that we are doing a first meeting today and seeing the first of some investors for the first time live. Yeah, people I haven't just have seen online so far. So really looking forward to it in a small amount. Now we're about 25, I guess, from the network and a few interested people around. But what was happening last year as well, and we were lucky that we could do and join together with One Mission from verca 1, we offered a female founders and investors meetup where female founders could pitch just in front of women and female investors. So it was a little bit like Shark Tank, but just for women, just female sharks, or Höhle der Löwinnen. Yeah. And this was really a great event, because even for the founders, it was so special, so that they see, whoa, I'm talking in front of a bunch just of women. Yeah, this is great, because normally when they address investors, well, there's with a lot of luck, there are 1 or 2 female investors, and so there were just women. And this is a really great opportunity, because my goal is to make both sides visible. Yeah, to show there are great female founders with cool ideas, innovations, and that need funding and that we want to help and support. But on the other hand, there are as well female still like entrepreneurs, of women in leadership roles, or women with their own companies and corporates, but they start about investing. Yeah, they are acting as business angels and as well, and to make these both sides visible and to bring this topic to to all of us, to society. Because my goal is that every woman is like, when you think of what should you do with your money, it should be not just ETFs, or is there a house I can buy or something, or go to the stock market. No, it's as well about startup investments.
Yeah, I think that's mainly the real beauty also about the startups, that I mean, if you have like a really good idea and like a good team, and then you can put into practice something and also be able to change a whole industry, or you can really make an impact, what you were saying, or bring something to society that you believe in. And and I think this is quite what you mentioned also before in your research, what you saw in the female investors, that they often are motivated for the societal or ecological impact. Yeah. And I mean, that's also something that the Female Founders Monitor mentions from the founders' side, that women seem to have a higher portion, at least in their motivation to beside, of course, having like an economic and financial sustainability, but also to bring a positive impact to our society and to kind of think it in a more holistic approach. And I think this is something that is very important for the investor scene. I would say that till now, at least from my very limited knowledge in that regard, it often seems that many investors are very driven by the numbers, by how much money and how fast can I make the most money. And that's how we rate the unicorns. That's how we, that's a bit kind of the tag also that the startup scene has, I would say. And I think that for me personally, it would be really beneficial for all of us if when we would select startups to invest in, that we consider different measures and not just like the economic growth.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm not a big fan of stereotypes, but what I can say from my experience, the main difference between men and women investing is that, like you said, men are focused on numbers and on the return on invest, which is higher at female founders by side, which studies show. And of course, women are interested in the return on invest, but what they measure higher is like the impact, this idea the startup has, and the people behind it. It's for all important. What is it from the team? But they ask different. They want to get to know the founder or founders better, and want to know more about their vision and even like their background. They are probably sometimes asking about the family or their living circumstances, because they want to know, okay, how and where are you working on it? And this is something which is really really a difference. And so I think it would be just such a positive impact to have more women in the scene as well from the founder side, but as well from the investor side, having more money for impact investments.
What I was thinking is that, I mean, in research there's like, and also in education we have all this discussion about these female-only programs, and what you just mentioned is like, I mean, what you're doing is like that in the meetup that you set up, it was like a female-only program, and I mean, in our innovation cafe, when we have the female founders edition, we usually, I mean, there is like a lot of criticism sometimes towards these female-only programs. However, what we see is that if we set it up like that, it attracts different people. It attracts more women that usually aren't as motivated to come. So for us, this is like in the effect we see it as a positive. How would you evaluate that, or what do you think about that?
Yeah, absolutely, and thanks for mentioning this, because that my main goal, is diversity, and I want to make the whole ecosystem more diverse, and this is and my hope is that we, like in about 10 or 15 years, we wouldn't need something like a female investors network, because then it's absolutely normal and common. But until by now, like 8% female investors. This is like really nothing. And I myself experienced it when I was probably the first time at the something like an investors kind of investors meetup here in Munich as well. When I went there the first time, it was about like 50 people and probably one or two other women, only men at the age about 50 plus, white men, of course. And I'm not a shy person, but even I thought about, okay, raising up my hand and asking a question now is something, So, go for it. But I'm sure and I know that not every woman would do. And I want to make a place where, like I said, every question can be asked. Everyone is welcome. And no one has the idea or the feeling, so, oh no, I'm not experienced enough, I don't know enough yet, I'm not the right person there or in this circle. And so I want to invite like everyone. But of course, just by so how long, it's about a quota. If you have enough women or all, it's not just about women. But if you have enough people from a smaller group around, then it's fine, and the goal is set. So it's just the start. But I always tell, like, one of our female investors, she's always saying, like, startup investments or making the first steps as a business angel is a little bit like learning a new language. At first you need a little bit of new vocabulary, and then you need a space and room where you feel free and comfortable to talk. And this is what we want to do. And so, but hopefully we will increase the number, and we wouldn't need a very, very special event or community for women. But there's still some work to do, but we have big goals in this direction.
Yeah, that's really cool. And so again, from a more practical side, like, so if someone wants to sign up for the Female Investor Network, you have like a webpage, they can register, and then they always get like the email notification, or
this is like this is a process. We have a Female Investors Network website at primeCROWD as well. Like, there's going to primeCROWD and then finding out not more. But I think even if you Google like Female Investors Network, you will get to us and get to know about the main results from the study. You can see, like, if you are of our members, you can see the next events, so everything which what interests you. You can get in touch directly with me, and you can register there. And we take a yearly fee, but you have 1 month to decide if you want to be a full member, and at first, like, get to know other people there around, join a meeting, have an idea. But so everyone is welcome. The only thing is, like, they should all have the same goal, like, okay, what can we do more for women in the scene? How can we support female founders? What can we do for female investors? And but I'm open for everyone and every question, and I'm always happy if they are, if interested people are coming around and register.
Cool. And now we talked a lot about the investors, and I mean, our main target group of listeners is also the students and those who might have an idea in mind and may consider more the journey to be an entrepreneur as like one career path. So how are usually startups reaching out to you, and how is the selection process for you at primeCROWD? I would say.
So really different, and from many different contact or touch points. What I often do is, like, going on universal events, and being sometimes like a mentor, for some batches and students and founders to be. I'm talking and giving workshops on this side. My colleagues are out there as well. We are joining panels, or in the jury. Most and a lot of founders, they found us over our website, about our network. There's so many, like, different touch points, and of course they even, like, other founders suggest us, or investors, who think, hey, ask them. And as soon as they apply to our website, they have to upload some first information, like their pitch deck and financial plans and everything. And then we consider these new applications every week in our investment committee. So our startup analysts present the new startups, and then we all discuss it, like, okay, what's interesting about this idea? What about the market? Who knows best about, or has, like, expert in the scene? Sometimes we even ask experts from our network, as we have like 2,200 investors in our network from really different categories and backgrounds. So, and often we ask them, so what do you think about it? And then we get back to the founders, mostly like with a challenger call to meet the team. Ask them our still open questions, but as well give the founders the opportunity to get to know us, and get to know, okay, what is the process behind this? Because we want to, like I said, it's matchmaking, and we want to do best for both sides. We want to help the startups with the funding, and want to make most of the real work there, because it takes so much time looking for funding. And this is what we do. So because we say, okay, you can focus on your work as well on the investor side. Like they have their own profession, and so we're doing and providing all this in between. So this is what it is. But of course, and even as you mentioned, students, often we get in touch and contact even before they are searching for investment, because we start with about 300,000 euros up to 2 million. This is what we are doing and where we can help startups just on our own, as well as being a co-investor with other VCs or other investors. But of course, there are startups and founders coming to us who search for a smaller amount of money, or don't have the traction so far, so that they can apply to us. And then we try to help from our network as well. Like, okay, with what kind of partners are we working together, showing them what kind of mentoring projects and we have our partners offer where they can apply to, so that we really say, we always call it like a prime family. We want to get in touch early. And so probably, hey, we're really looking forward to get to know how you or what you will reach in future. So please come back in half a year or a year, when you have the numbers we need to show it. So we are open for really any kind of early contact, and glad to talk and offer the founders what they need.
So now I think we also are curious, like in how many startups did you invest so far?
I myself.
Yeah. I just remember that there was also written VC on your LinkedIn profile. So I guess that you have also invested so far.
So this is just for venture capital, meaning that. Yeah, honestly, I was last year I thought about investing in 2 or 3 startups that we offered in our or campaigns we did with primeCROWD. But so funny, because I said. My goal, and even for my colleagues, was building up this female investors network. Because I said, hey, it's diversity is one of the most important factors for success. And I would just invest in a diverse team. So I need a female founder or co-founder and a woman in the C-level. So with 3 investments, I thought, no, okay, this would be not the right sign. If I invest here, because the products and idea were great, but I thought, no, okay, let's wait until a female founder is coming. Then we had the first campaign. This was beginning of this year, I think. And this was really funny because I was too slow. It's first come, first serve with us. And we started the campaign, and it really went so well. And after 2 days, the amount we could fill in was full. And it was like, okay, Vitria Lab, just without me. So really a sad point, but now I will have the goal or the opportunity with Hellstern. So so far none, but really looking forward to, and but it's always like how do you say, pray what you preach, or do what you really stand for. So I would like to support female founders or diverse teams.
Yeah, great. And maybe tell us a bit for like we're almost at the end of our conversation, but I would like to understand more like why do you have this mission? What's like you're really driven by this topic, and like how did that come? I mean, you already told us a little bit from that you were engaging in it professionally for a really long time. And then I think there's also some really great news that we also want to hear more about, the 25 to 25.
Yes, of course. Yeah, what drives me, it's hard to say. I think it's, I'm really, diversity in all sectors of life is something what I would really love to reach. Yeah, and so I'm a networker by heart, I'm a feminist by heart, and it's just, we are 50%. Like, I want to make, I want to be part, and I want other women to be part. So this is one point, probably. And on the other hand, it's really like when you see what kind of impact you can make when you help or support other women, when you make them visible, when you offer them the first or help or offer the first steps on entry in society. It's really like chance for an entry. And I'm always a big fan of working together and bringing good people and partners together. And I think we're stronger together, of course. And so I want to combine as many forces as we can do. And so I'm really proud because we are setting up a big event on the last day of June, 30th of June, together with Dr. Irene Kilubi from Brandpreneurs and with Startup Network. It's a unicorn event, unicorn pitch battles. This is the biggest worldwide, the biggest online pitch. And Irene and I set up a special edition. It's the 25 to 25 female founders pitch. And so for the first time, we offer for the whole DACH region this big online pitch just for women, just for female founders on the one hand. On the other hand, just women and female investors in the jury. We have, of course, men there to help us as mentors, and as supporters and partners. And this is what we're doing right now. We're trying to get together as many partners and as many people like us who are driven by the idea that we can increase the number. And so this is what this 25 to 25 stands for. It's a big vision we have and a mission we started. We want to increase the number of women in the startup ecosystem up to 25% by the year 2025. So it's 25 to 25, and this would be I would be, more than glad or so proud if we could reach this together and like in the next 4 years, increase the number like from 16% founders to 25, and even better, like 8% investors to 25. This would be, such a great milestone. And so I'm really looking forward to our online event, to this big kickoff like of the mission. And I'm so glad because every day I see like so many posts from partners who always say, I'm part of the mission. I support you. I not just wish you best luck. So this is what I do on it. This is what I work on it. So, and everyone who is interested in taking part, even as a guest, and have a look on the startups and the pitches, can register at this event, unicorn pitch 25 to 25, and we are happy as he is a partner as well. Thanks a lot for your support as well, and I'm really sure that we will manage and reach a lot together in the next 4 years.
It's a wonderful opportunity, I think, for female founders. Do you know the current numbers, like how many founders will pitch?
Yeah, we had
approximately?
about 45 or 50 applications or something, but time is always so I guess 16 startups will pitch there on the event. Right now we are in the jury and the mentors are finding out like who's pitching there, and then the founders get mentoring, and really looking forward to see who's pitching there and what kind of ideas. But we were open to everyone, and the good thing is that all the founders who applied can already be seen on the website. So this is visibility as well. Yeah, even if they probably won't make it to the pitch, they have the visibility there, so that everyone who is interested can have a look at the website, can see the startup there, and of course can get in touch with the founders as well. So this will be the first. There will a lot of events and cool things follow. So stay tuned.
Cool. I think it's a great opportunity, probably also for those who think about starting a business, and maybe also looking at other people pitching is always a good start.
Yeah, this is a good start. And what you mentioned first, like talking to students and even your target group, I always think that it's really important to see and to show role models. Yeah, it's always this Sheryl Sandberg. Yeah, you can't be what you can't see. And so for me, it's really I want to offer this opportunity that they can be seen. Yeah, they can show what they are working on. Yeah, what their profession is. And as well, we have so many great women in the jury. I'm really happy that they take part there as well, and show their knowledge and share what it looks like, because it's something which is really what fills their life as well. Yeah, because even as an investor, you get to know so much from the founders. You get to know so much more ideas, and you learn so much. So it's a really it's worth.
Yeah, thank you, Svenja, so much for your drive and your passion, and for kind of like also setting these like very tangible goals. I think that's very important to have like these, not just to talk, but to actually get into action.
Yeah, thanks, because that was really our idea. Because like you mentioned the female founders report, or the which is annually given, and every year, so there is nothing changing. It's always about like this more or less 16%. And I really thought, well, we can't always say every year, oh, this is really sad. This is a sad number. No, what can we do? Yeah, what can we change? What can we make and do better? And so this was in the Female Investors Network one thing, but the 25 to 25 was the second. So that we thought, okay, we want to do better. We want to make a change, and everyone is welcome to support.
Yeah, I think that's super cool. And I think all these different actions that like you're doing and all these other people in the scene are currently doing, it really drives, I think, like it's really pushing. And I think together then it's also possible to really make a change. Yeah, and
absolutely.
I truly believe in that.
Yeah, and to show all the options. Yeah, this is what I really see and like about the partners, because I don't like it if everyone is doing like, okay, this is my business and here I'm working. No, I want to show all the partners and the great stuff they are already doing. Like, have a look. We are doing this all together, and so we will reach more together.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing all these beautiful information and for your time. And we wish you the best of luck for the event.
Yes,
and hope that many people will register.
Thank you very, very much. And thanks for having me.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
This was fIVE, your university podcast on female entrepreneurship. We hope that today's episode sparked your curiosity and leaves you feeling inspired and motivated to explore further. Thanks for listening. And until next time.